Hey there, I'm Ken. This is Canadian Retro Things. Welcome. Today I'm doing some more work on my TRS 80 Model 1. The last time that I worked on this computer was back at my cabin a few weeks ago, and I changed out a few chips on it, and I could see on the oscilloscope that it looked like it was giving the proper output. Now, unfortunately, when I hooked it up to the monitor, it was still just giving kind of a scrambled bad picture. I do think that I saw some words in that scramble, but yeah, I don't know if it's still a problem with the computer or is it a problem with the monitor. So the first thing that I am going to do today is I am going to build a little cable that I can hook this up to a regular TV set with, and we'll see if that works or not. But before we jump into doing that, I have to give a big thank you to the sponsor of today's video, PCBWay. PCBWay, where you can have PCBs printed starting at only $5 for 10 boards. Do you have a new electronics project, mechanical project, or STM32 project? Why not enter it into the PCBWay 7th Project Design Contest? Just for entering, you get a participation prize, and you could win one of many other great prizes. The contest is running until January 19th, 2025, so get your submission entered before then. See the PCBWay website for a complete list of rules and prizes. Check out PCBWay today at www.pcbway.com and PCB Prototype the easy way. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build a little cable here. It should work for the video out on this computer. So I've got a 5-pin DIN here taken apart. It's sitting in a piece of apple. That's a way to keep it steady and actually keep it a little bit cool when I'm soldering. So I only have to solder 2 pins here, so little glob of flux on each of those pins. Now black is of course the ground, so put that on the proper side. I did test this out in a previous video, so I know which side is which here. Okay, there we go. It took a little bit of work there, a couple minutes, but this looks like it is stable and together. So this should work. Both wires are connected. And I tested it. It's not going to short anything out, so I got a little bit of shrink wrap here just to clean up the cable a little bit. All right, that is done, and it's time to reassemble this, and crap, I forgot to put the plug cover on. Well, time to take this apart and, yeah, do this again. Damn it! And after doing it all over again, here we go. It has a cover on it now. That looks much better. So now this cable should work with any composite plug that I have, including hopefully my capture card. So let's try it out and see what the computer does. Okay, here we go with turning this on. Okay, that doesn't look quite right. What happens if I'm... Aha! Yeah, that doesn't look right. It's displaying something, but it's way off center. which also means that it looks like I might have a problem with the monitor because it's not displaying properly. It's not displaying this. So what I'm going to do now is see if I can adjust this screen at all. I don't know if you can see right up in the very top corner is the end of the line of whatever's printed on the screen. So it's way offset to about here. And there's R20 and R21 here, which are adjustable pots that are involved in the circuit for the display. And the two adjustable pots that I was doing, R20 and R21, are right here and right here. So there's also two over on the other side of the board, but those are for voltage. So these have to deal with what's on the screen. We will see if I can adjust these at all to make any difference whatsoever. Yep, there we go. We're moving over. Okay, so yeah, it's still a little bit off center, but I think that's the converter because I am currently using a converter to go from the composite to RF to work on this particular monitor. But if I go over and hook this up onto my capture card, we should be able to see that better. Okay, I have it running on this TV right now. I don't know whatever happened when I did the adjustment. It is no longer, my capture card is no longer able to pick up the signal. And I tried a bunch of different monitors, modern ones, and the signal is just too weak coming out of this thing to work on that. So I need a good old-fashioned CRT for that. And I've got this one. Just a second, I will zoom in on the screen so you can see what it's saying. This is some sort of an error. Alright, I'm not sure if you can read that or not, but it still is slightly off of the screen here, which means probably those adjustment pots need changing. But it does have the initial memory size, except it's only the ORY of memory. So memory size, and then after it, it has DLT, I think that's a 1,4, comma. So if you hit enter, it just reprints it. And now if you try to type anything in, like say 10 print, you get a syntax error in, I think it says 50095. And if you just try to do something like a math operation, like print 10 plus 10, you just get an error. So possibly this could mean that I have to have the expansion hooked up to make this work. I'm going to try that because I tried looking up that DLT 1,4, comma online and I can see absolutely nowhere where this is mentioned. However, when I'm looking at it, it also could be a DLT down arrow 4. I'm not sure. Okay, we have the expansion hooked up as well, so turn it on. Turn on the computer, and unfortunately we are still getting DLT Down arrow 4, comma. Interesting. Ooh, the L key does not work on my keyboard. Okay, L and comma don't work. D does not work. Four doesn't work. Hey there, it's Ken from the editing chair, and yeah, I finally figured out as I was editing this video together what that error meant. It took my age-addled brain a little bit of time to put it together, but I finally figured out DLT, down error 4, comma. Those are the keys that are not working on the computer. My poor little sick computer was telling me, this isn't working. Yeah. Took me a bit to figure it out, but I finally figured it out. So some of the keys are not working, but okay, when I'm in the memory size, actually if I hit break, in a second, let me restart this. So I get that weird whatever. Then if I hit break, then I just get the normal memory size. And then Radio Shack Level 2 Basic. Alright, I'm very confused, but I do know that I have some keys I have to look at on this keyboard, but it kind of seems to be working if I break out of that, whatever that DLT down arrow 4 comma or DLT 1 4 comma is. Hey, it's Ken. I'm just taking a little break here while I work on this TRS 80 Model 1, and I just wanted to remind you of my channel sponsor, Retro Rewind. You can go to Retro Rewind and you can buy stuff for your Commodores and your Coco computers. He's got all kinds of stuff. There's things to help you play games. There's things to help you repair your computers. And if you don't feel good about having to do any repairs on those computers, you can send them to Frank and he will fix them up for you. And when you buy stuff from Retro Rewind, when you visit their website, www.retrorewind.ca, you can use my discount code of CRT10 when you check out, and you will save 10% on your entire order. All right, well, yeah, let's see if we can get this Model 1 working. Okay, so because these keyboards are some of those wonderful keyboards where they are soldered to directly to the circuit board here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take off all of the keys, spray a little deoxit in each one, and see if that fixes it up. If not, I think it's going to be a job to get this keyboard working properly. So, let's just start pulling all of these keys off. Okay, now that I have all of the keycaps off, I'm not going to bother with the space bar here. Just going to shoot a little bit in there and just go through and do that with every key. Okay, I have gone through and I have tried to do the electrical cleaner on here, so let's see. break, enter. Okay, so let's see. 1 is working, 2 is working, 3 is working, 4 is still not working. That was one of the keys that were not working. This key here was not working, so that did not help. Okay, that gives me another idea. Flip this over. Roll a solder. And let's see, I should be able to jump the circuit here. So as you can see, that is working with the 3 key. Okay, totally not working with the 4 key. So it is not the key switch that is the problem. It is something else. All right, next thing I am going to try is continuity on the connector here, because I know these connectors can go bad. So here we go. Well, we appear to have found a connector that's not connected anymore. Well, that definitely could be the problem. All right. I'm going to throw a little bodge wire on here just to connect this up. All right, make sure I didn't accidentally. All right. Now, let's test this. All right, here we go. Ooh, well, interesting. That error message is gone from the TV. So, let's see. Oh, look at that, and the 4 is working. Oh, all the keys look like they are working. Though I do not know why. All of a sudden it's gone so snowy, but there we go. Yes. Okay, well, let's put all the keycaps back together on this. It looks like that error that was on the screen meant that there was a bad connection on the keyboard connector. So, yeah, I guess if you ever come across that type of error, that probably means that the keyboard connector is bad. I'm probably going to have to change this in the future too, and I'm going to, yeah, I still got a lot of stuff to do here, but hey, we are working up to this point, so that is awesome. That is everything that I'm going to do today. So I have it working now with the TV. Unfortunately, I did try it with the monitor and it was just giving the same scrambled pictures. So apparently that monitor is not working. But at least it's working on the TV set. Not completely, it's a little off far to the side, so I'll try replacing those pots and see if we can get it to move over a little bit more. Maybe when I do that, my capture card will be able to start picking it up again. So, yeah, that was a really weird error that it was getting when I was turning it on. And apparently that is because there was a bad connection on the keyboard connector. And I looked high and low on the internet and I could find nothing that was telling me what that was. So I guess hopefully if somebody else comes across something like that, this will help them to know what it is. Yeah, once I get the pots replaced and hopefully a better picture on the TV set here, I can start testing out things like the disk drives and all the games and everything that I have. But for now, that's everything that I'm going to do, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget that a like, a subscribe, and a comment below are all things that help out the channel a lot. And also don't forget to check out Retro Rewind and use my discount code of CRT10 to save 10% on your entire order. And I will see you next time.